All right, gearing up for a foreign exchange cashier interview
We're diving deep today, folks, into how to really make an impression.
using a fantastic set of resources from RoleCatcher,
Career guides, interview guides.
even insights into their AI tools.
It's really remarkable how much they provide.
Definitely. It's like having a seasoned mentor every step of the way.
Absolutely.
So let's jump right into a common question.
Okay.
What do you know about foreign currency exchange?
That one. Seems simple, right?
Yeah.
But it's your chance to really shine, to show a genuine understanding.
More than just a textbook definition.
Exactly. Think about what aspects really interest you.
The impact of global events.
Yes. Or maybe complexities of international trade.
Show that passion.
And knowledge.
Yeah.
Don't just rattle off facts.
Right, make it personal.
Exactly. And you know what? RoleCatcher's AI tools.
Yeah.
They can actually analyze your response and suggest improvements
Whoa, really?
tailored to the job description.
That's amazing.
Like having a personal editor.
Wow. Okay, now let's be real.
Sure.
This role involves handling large sums of money.
Right.
So how do you approach a question about that experience?
Especially if you haven't worked directly with foreign currencies before.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
It's all about transferable skills.
Okay, I like that.
Think about any experience where you managed money responsibly.
Like even a part-time job.
Exactly. Balancing a cash register, maybe meticulous budgeting for a personal project.
Even handling club funds as a volunteer.
Perfect example.
It all counts.
Okay, so it's really about those underlying qualities.
Yes. Meticulous attention to detail. Adherence to procedures.
Things that show reliability.
Absolutely. Those are key.
Makes sense.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI.
Yeah.
It can actually help structure your answer to highlight those transferable skills
Oh, wow.
in a way that aligns with what the employer is looking for.
Very cool. Okay, let's switch gears a bit
Sure.
to the customer-facing part of this job.
What about a customer who's unhappy with the exchange rate?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Right. It's a classic.
They're assessing your ability to handle those tricky situations.
With grace.
And professionalism. The key is to show empathy,
I see.
but also your knowledge.
Of how those rates work.
Exactly. You could say something like,
Let's hear it.
I understand your concern about the current exchange rate. Global economic events, they can cause fluctuations, and that's why we diligently update our rates based on real-time market data.
Makes sense.
You're acknowledging their frustration,
Right.
but also explaining the bigger picture.
That's a good point.
You could even offer to explain those factors in more detail,
Nice.
or maybe explore alternative transaction options.
That's great, turning a negative into a positive.
Absolutely. And this ties into what RoleCatcher's career guide highlights.
Oh, okay.
Continuous learning, it's vital in this field.
Yeah, with rates always changing.
Exactly. You need to stay informed about market trends and events.
Makes sense.
Show you're proactive.
Right. Okay, let's get a little technical now.
All right, fire away.
How would you explain the difference between a buy rate and a sell rate to someone who's completely new to foreign exchange?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's testing your ability to explain clearly.
And simply.
Exactly. Remember, the interviewer is assessing how you communicate financial stuff to everyday customers.
Who might not know the jargon.
Right. Think about an analogy that makes it relatable.
Oh, I love analogies. They can be so helpful.
You could say something like, imagine you're traveling to another country and need to exchange your currency for the local currency.
Okay, makes sense.
The buy rate is the price at which we, as the exchange provider, buy your foreign currency. The sell rate is the price at which we sell you the foreign currency you need.
It's so clear when you put it like that.
And the difference between those rates, that's how we cover our costs and ensure a fair exchange.
It's simple, easy to understand.
And remember, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
RoleCatcher's AI, you can actually rehearse your answers with it.
Really? Get feedback on your clarity and delivery.
Like a personal speech coach. That's amazing.
It really is.
Okay, let's talk about accuracy now. It's obviously crucial in this role.
Oh, absolutely. Paramount.
How would you approach a question about ensuring the accuracy of exchange rates?
It's all about showcasing your meticulous side.
I see.
Talk about using reliable sources,
Yeah.
double-checking calculations.
Following procedures.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And if you've used specific software or tools before,
Yeah.
definitely mention those. Shows you're proactive about accuracy.
Right. Minimizing the risk of errors.
Exactly. And here's where RoleCatcher's AI feedback can be invaluable.
Oh, how so?
It can analyze your response, make sure you're clear and concise,
I see.
highlighting those key skills they're looking for.
Wow. Like having a second set of eyes on it.
Pretty much. Okay, now, About multitasking,
Yeah.
that fast-paced environment.
Ah, yes, that's a big one. How would you answer a question about managing multiple tasks and prioritizing?
This is where you showcase your organizational skills.
Time management, prioritization techniques, maybe even tools you use to stay organized.
So the to-do list,
Exactly. Show you can juggle responsibilities.
without dropping any balls.
Right. RoleCatcher's Career Guide actually emphasizes this.
Oh, really?
That fast-paced environment is a core part of the job.
So you have to be able to thrive in it.
Exactly.
Yep.
You might say something like, I'm a firm believer in creating a prioritized to-do list each day, tackling the most time-sensitive tasks first. And I also use time blocking to allocate specific time slots for different tasks, minimize distractions,
That's great advice.
and then weave in your own experience.
Show it in action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like in my previous role, I often handled multiple customer requests simultaneously while ensuring accuracy and efficiency.
Ah.
I'm confident in bringing that same level of organization to this position.
That's a great example.
And of course, RoleCatcher's AI can refine your response
Oh, right.
to make it even more impactful.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
It really is like having a personal coach in your pocket.
exactly. Guiding you toward the perfect answer. It really is. Okay, ready for another common question?
Hit me with it.
How do you maintain that high level of customer service, especially when you're dealing with travelers?
Who might be stressed?
Yeah, or unfamiliar with the whole process.
Right. It's not just about being friendly.
No, it goes deeper.
It's about making it a positive experience.
Even when things are hectic, you need to anticipate their needs, build that rapport.
And maybe even like resolve issues before they become problems.
Exactly. Think of a time you went above and beyond.
To help a customer.
Share that anecdote. Turn a potentially bad situation into a good one,
Show you're passionate about service.
even under pressure. And you know what's cool? RoleCatcher's AI.
What about it?
It can analyze your response, not just the content, but your tone, your language, making sure you sound genuinely helpful.
That's so smart.
Enthusiasm is key in customer-facing roles.
I get it. Okay, let's get practical for a second.
Sure thing.
How would you answer a question about cash handling procedures?
Ugh, the nitty-gritty. Even if it wasn't in a bank, any experience counts.
Retail.
Exactly. Volunteer work. Anything where you handled cash, balanced a till, followed strict rules.
Those security protocols are important.
Absolutely. Be specific about what you did, how you were accurate, accountable.
Even if I haven't been a cashier before, I can still show I get it.
You got it. And if you've had any specialized training,
Like what?
counterfeit detection, cash management software,
Oh, yeah.
mention it. Shows you're serious about security and accuracy.
Makes sense. Okay, time for a classic, I think.
Let's hear it.
Describe a time you had to resolve a tough customer complaint.
It always comes up. It's about your conflict resolution skills, how you handle pressure.
Finding a solution that works for everyone.
Win-win. Pick an example that shows your empathy
And communication skills.
and how you solved the problem. Walk them through it.
Like a story.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to say what you learned from it.
Shows you're always improving.
And you know, RoleCatcher's AI can even give you feedback on that storytelling.
Really? Help you structure it. Highlight those key skills.
It's like having a director coach you. Okay, we've covered a lot of questions.
We have.
But let's talk about RoleCatcher's Career Guide for a sec.
All right.
What does it say about typical career stages for a foreign exchange cashier?
Oh, it lays out a clear path. You might start entry level, focusing on basic transactions.
Makes sense.
As you get better, you move to junior cashier. More complex stuff.
So there's room to grow within the role.
Exactly. Then, with more experience, maybe some extra training, mid-level cashier,
More responsibility.
training new hires, handling a wider range of currencies,
Well, I've seen the progression.
and eventually senior cashier, overseeing the whole team.
That's pretty cool. A real career path, not just a job.
Right.
But what about beyond that? Does the guide talk about that?
It does. You could go into management, get more education in finance or business,
Oh, wow.
maybe even specialize in a particular area of foreign exchange, like risk management.
I wouldn't have thought of that. Some use this role as a stepping stone to international banking.
So many possibilities.
Exactly. It's a launch pad.
Good. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, back to RoleCatcher's AI.
Right.
We talked about interview prep, but what about other parts of applying?
Oh, this is where it shines. Their AI can help tailor your CV and cover letter
To each job.
specifically, highlighting the skills that matter most to that employer.
So it's not just a generic CV anymore.
No way. It's about standing out, making sure it resonates.
That makes sense.
It analyzes the job descriptions, suggests improvements, uses the right keywords.
So employers actually see what I can do.
Yes. And get this, it even makes your CV ATS friendly.
ATS friendly, what does that even mean?
Good question. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System.
Okay.
It's software that companies use to screen CVs before a human even looks.
Wow.
It stands for keywords, formatting, all that.
So my CV has to be readable by robots, basically.
You got it. And RoleCatcher's AI helps with that big time.
Increases my chances of actually being seen by a person.
Exactly. Okay, now let's talk video interviews.
Ugh, those are nerve-wracking.
I know, right? But RoleCatcher's got you covered.
They do.
AI-powered video interview practice. Record yourself answering questions.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Get feedback on your performance.
So I can see how I come across.
Exactly. The AI analyzes everything, your delivery, your body language.
Does it tell me if I'm, like, fidgeting too much?
It might, if you're using filler words, not making eye contact.
That's so helpful.
It's like having a virtual coach right there.
Amazing. But what if I don't know what questions to practice?
No worries. RoleCatcher has a huge library of common questions.
Wow.
Many specific to this role. It can even make custom ones based on the job description.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So much prep at my fingertips.
Right. Okay, so we've talked about getting the job.
Yeah, all the steps.
But let's zoom out for a second.
Right.
Remember, we talked about digital currencies.
Uh-huh.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide actually addresses that.
Oh, really?
It talks about how important it is to be adaptable.
To keep learning.
Exactly. As digital currencies become more common,
Yeah.
foreign exchange cashiers might need to know about them, how they're traded.
Process those transactions.
Right. It's all changing so fast. Those who can adapt, learn new skills, they'll thrive.
So it's not just about physical money anymore.
No way. It's about understanding the whole digital finance world, those new technologies.
Makes sense.
And as the world gets more interconnected,
Yeah.
this role might involve more cross-border transactions, working with international people.
Ooh, interesting.
So a global mindset, strong communication, even more important.
So the foreign exchange cashier is becoming something much bigger.
Absolutely. More dynamic, more complex.
And that makes it exciting.
Exactly. It's a career with a real future.
It really does. A lot of potential there.
Right. And speaking of growth,
Yeah?
RoleCatcher's Career Guide, there's a section on certifications.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm always curious about those.
It can really boost your career as a foreign exchange cashier.
Okay. What kind of certifications?
Well, there are a few. Like the Foreign Exchange Operations Certificate.
Yeah.
That's the FXO. There's also the Certified Foreign Exchange Professional.
CFEP.
You got it. And the Certified Treasury Professional, CTP.
Those sound pretty serious.
They are, but what do they actually do for you?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
They show you really know your stuff.
Okay.
Deep understanding of foreign exchange, the procedures, regulations.
So it makes you a stronger candidate?
Absolutely. More competitive, might even qualify you for higher pay.
So it's not just about experience, it's about showing you're dedicated.
Exactly. Going above and beyond, mastering your craft.
I like that. A stamp of approval from the industry.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, I think we've covered a ton today.
We have
The role itself, those tough interview questions.
RoleCatcher's AI, the career paths,
The impact of digital currencies. It's been a lot.
and the need to be adaptable in this ever-changing field. A true deep dive.
It has. And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that this is a career with real potential. It's not just a job, it's a path.
And you can glow with it.
You need that financial expertise, the people skills, a global perspective.
And with the right prep, the right resources, anyone can excel.
Absolutely. So before we wrap up completely, I
Yeah.
want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
All right, shoot.
We've talked about technology changing everything.
It's a big force.
But what are those essential human skills that will always be valuable no matter how advanced things get?
That's a great question. I think critical thinking is always going to be important.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Problem solving, communication,
Those are key.
and empathy. Never underestimate that.
Right, you can't automate that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are what make us human, what build trust.
Navigate tough situations, provide that great customer service.
Even in a world of AI, you can't replace that.
Couldn't agree more. So to everyone out there getting ready for that interview,
Yes.
remember, you've got this.
You do.
We've explored it all, the questions, RoleCatcher's tools.
You're prepared.
You're not just walking in, you're striding in with confidence.
And don't forget, this is about more than just transactions.
It is.
It's global, it's dynamic, there's so much to learn and grow with.
It's about connecting with people, understanding those currency markets.
Playing a part in the whole financial system.
And as you go on this journey,
Yeah.
remember RoleCatcher's there every step of the way.
Absolutely. Certifications, networking, different paths within finance. They've got it all.
Use those resources, the AI, make smart choices, and reach those goals.
You can do it.
Okay, one final thought to really ponder. We talk about digital currencies, how this role might change.
Right.
But how do you think the increasingly interconnected global economy will impact this role in the future? Something to really chew on.
That's a big one. It really shows the potential that's out there.
It does.
It's a field that's just going to keep growing, new challenges, new opportunities.
It is. So, to all our listeners, best of luck in your interviews and your future careers.
You've got what it takes.
The knowledge, the skills, the resources.
Now go make your mark on the world of finance.
Absolutely. That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.